thank you to everyone in this session for presenting your pilot actions activities. We've received 5 questions for this Q&A session. 2 for Anna, 1 for Jessica, 1 for Damien, and 1 for Gabriela. So Anna, I'm going to start with your 2 questions because they're somewhat related. So your first question, Anna, is from Julie McGuire. She says, nice study, Anna. Pity about the epiphytes. Any ideas on how to lessen their impact? And the second question is from Francisco Machado, and he asks if you could grow the Hementalia from the initial phase to the receptacle stage in lab conditions first, and then take them to shore. He thinks that would definitely decrease the epiphyte growth in the early colonization stages. So Anna, if you could please.
Hi there.
There you are. Hello.
Okay, the first question on epiphytes from my friend Julie. We didn't look at epiphytes in a sense. From the moment they start appearing, we keep an eye that they didn't impact on the actual growth, but it was not our target to clean, let's say, the cultures to the level that that we could, as we do with kelp or with other species. After there's not much I can bring here in relation to epiphytes. It links to the second question. If we would have had longer growth into the lab, we could probably have better control of epiphytes, and we didn't had them that long in the lab to actually grow the receptacles in the lab. Third, as I said, there is so much more we have to do. This is a proof of concept, and yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Anna. So I think that answered the questions from Julie and Francisco for Anna. The next question is for Jessica, also from Julie McGuire. And she asks how the lumpfish fared. Did the light affect them? And she says that they keep theirs in the dark. So Jessica,
Hi,
if you
Julie.
could. Yeah, there you are. Okay, thanks.
Hi, Julie. We had them shaded, and so the light in the room was usually instant light, which was quite minimalistic, just from a window. And when we were working in there was central lighting, but it didn't seem to bother them at all. So the growth parameters for the lumpsucker was slightly worse in the recirculating tanks than they were in the flow-through tanks in the other part of Kana. But we didn't look at any of these factors we didn't have time to look at any factors that were impacting the lumped fish. So yeah, I can't give you a detailed answer for that one, but they seem to do fine anyway.
Okay, thanks very much, Jessica, for that. The next question is for Damien from Silvia Blanco Gonzalez, and she asks, how do you dry the duckweed?
So yeah, we tried a number of different methods. So we tried an industrial oven to dry the duckweed. We tried solar, which is basically this kind of clear through tunnels where we laid the duckweed out. We also tried this outside, but obviously it was subject to the weather. And we tried a commercial dryer as well, which is used for drying hemp. It's probably the most effective, but it's also the most expensive. So I think in future, any large scale drying, and bearing in mind we probably have about 300 ton of wet weight on site, I think it would need a commercial dryer. And one possible alternative is to liquidize the duckweed and utilize it in that way somehow. Because drying is an expensive element if you're proceeding down that route, there's no doubt. So unless you could co-locate with maybe a power station where there's waste heat or something like that, which is a possibility actually on this site because we have access to a power station. So maybe that's an alternative in the future. But it's early days, but it's definitely a significant issue that would have to be overcome.
Okay, great. Thanks, Damien. And the final question for this session round is for Gabriela, also from Francisco Machado. And he asks you, what was the flow rate in the macroalgae tanks? So cubic meters per hour and percentage per day.
The flow rate is the same that the tanks, the pounds, using the pounds.
Around 100%.
Yes, around the 100%.
Okay, so I hope that that answers all the questions for now in this session.